It is day 13 of the 90-day project, and today I'm going to be talking about publishing, because once you finish a project to get people to see it, you kind of need to publish it. Now, there are two main ways of publishing it. There is traditional publishing, which is finding an agent and using a publishing house, submitting your manuscript through other means into a publishing house. And then there is self-publishing, which can be a host of different ways. I started self-publishing on online forums like Novelio and Wattpad, and there's a lot of challenges with doing both. If you get into a publishing house, you generally can make money off of it a lot easier than self-publishing because they do the marketing, they get some eyes on it, you get a publishing deal if you're lucky. But that's kind of the extent that I know of traditional publishing. I've never tried to do traditional publishing myself. I've always done everything by myself, my own writing, editing, formatting, everything. And with this, where I actually want to start making money and start building my career, you have to look at places like Kindle or Audible or Amazon to sell your book. And I'm not a huge fan of these companies and how they allow AI on their platforms, but I did find this one place that can get your book into stores. Hashtag not sponsored, by the way. I wish, but from what it looks like, they can get your book on Amazon and stuff, but they can also put your book into other places, which is why I really like it. It's called Blurb, and that is what I will be using until I can make my own store and make my own publishing house. And how much publishers take from authors is kind of criminal. Blurb gives you a 17.5% of what you list your book as. I'm going to be listing mine at $20 because I think $20 for a book is generally the right price, especially for a paperback. So I will be getting $4, less than $4.50 off of just one book copy. And they even charge you for putting your book on their website. I believe the fee is $15 for Blurb, and it's awful. I mean, I get they pay for like all the printing and stuff and the marketing maybe, but there are like packages that I found where it's $5,000 to publish and sell your book. And I find that absolutely insane, and that kind of bleeds into like YouTube and Twitch with their like paying creators split and what they make off of ad revenue and stuff. And it's kind of criminal that these creators can put in so much work and these companies allow them to have like half of the money that they're actually making from it. And not to mention like, orgs who line up all these deals. And I get taking a percentage, but anything over 15 or 20% I think is absolutely criminal. Like they're not putting in most of the work. They're not being the face of it. They're just buying and selling the image of somebody. And like I get managers taking a cut of everything that's happening because they set up stuff, they make the life of the creator easier, but they don't put in all of the work. So like if you have one manager who is managing your emails and all of your brand deals and putting stuff into like a schedule and stuff, if it's 50%, even that is a little much because they are not the face, they are not the brand of what is being put on screen. So if I ever make a publishing company, it'll be like 70-30 for the very first one, and then after that 90-10 to pay for any printing and marketing and stuff. Because while yes, you can make a lot of money being a publisher, it's not worth it, especially when people are making a living off of doing it. It almost feels like stealing to take any more than 10 or 15%, especially like if a book makes $10,000, which, yeah, I get there is no guarantee of that actually happening, but that is $1,000 given to the publisher, which is about the cost it takes to print like 200 or 300 copies of a paperback. You can do printing for really cheap if you need to. And if you have all of the printers, like, you do have to get the paper and the ink and all of that stuff, which I don't think I will be doing anytime soon, but maybe someday it'll be interesting to try and do that. But if you're selling novels for 20 bucks, which is far lower than most of the books I see. Most of the books that I see in stores is like 35 to 40. Books are expensive nowadays. But if you're selling a book for $20, you only have to sell 500 of them to make $10,000. And for publishers to take any more than just the printing fees, like, if you need to cover costs and cover all the bases, let the authors take 100% of the proceeds and just make them pay for the printing and any other design fees that they need. Taking a cut, making them pay all of that and then taking a cut, which I know some companies do, is terrible. And it's one of the things that I really want to fix if I do become a successful publisher and I do want to get into more things. I do already have an idea for what I want to start out with. Of course, I'm going to start out with something super small, like 200 copies of a soft cover for this particular book. So if you want to get this particular book, it'll be up and ready probably by the end of this because we're getting pretty close to the ending. There's 5.5 more chapters roughly. I don't know. I'm kind of writing a couple different chapters at once, but we're pretty close to being done and it's only been not even 2 weeks. So by the end of this, if you want to get a copy, it'll be $20 and I will try to put it on my own store if I can figure out even how to get a business license. Because reading through all that legal jargon is not easy. But I'm sure I can figure it out. I have a bunch of writer friends that I also want to help out when they want to publish their book. So that's kind of where my head is at with all of this. But yeah, that's kind of all I have to say for today. We're doing pretty good. Today I only did 342 words, which, has been lower, but it's not the lowest we've ever gone. I really hope that I can get this done before like 3 weeks has passed, and then I can start working on the second draft. And I'll probably add another chapter to the front just as this is the before and this is what ghost hunting was like for them before they got the demon. Because I think it's like science. You gotta have a baseline before you can show the changes. But yeah, that's kind of all I have for today. I'll catch you all on the flip side.